What's up everybody, Max here with your fix. Coming up, Dead Space creator Glenn Schofield is trying to make a fourth game happen, Quantic Dream announces a competitive multiplayer game but promises Star Wars Eclipse is still on the way, and on a tragic note, legendary game developer Tomonobu Itagaki has passed away. Let's get into it. In case his 2022 game, The Callisto Protocol, didn't make it abundantly clear, Dead Space co-creator Glenn Schofield is still very interested in making more deep space sci-fi survival horror. Unfortunately, EA owns the rights to Dead Space, and up until now, the powers that be at the publisher have not shared Schofield's passion for continuing that series. However, EA is now under new ownership, so there's a chance that might change. Speaking to IGN at the Gamescom Asia Thailand game show, Schofield explained the situation saying, quote, "I went to EA recently and they're like, no, we're not interested anymore. I said, I can get back the leadership team, I need the models from EA Motive, who built the Dead Space remake in 2023, and I can save you $30 to $40 million on the idea that I have, and they're like, no." Schofield continued, "I have quite a few ideas that I'm ready to go with, and one of them is Dead Space 4. The fact that EA just got bought, I think there's an opportunity. I'm already making calls." There are a couple ways this could work out for Schofield. If the new regime at EA is on board with his idea, they might just hire him to oversee Dead Space 4, considering that Motive just made the extremely well-received remake of the first game, which was Glenn Schofield's baby. They'd be a great candidate to work on a new entry. Alternatively, if EA doesn't want to foot the bill for a new Dead Space game, maybe they'd be willing to license the IP out or just sell it off entirely. However, to make the Callisto Protocol, Schofield founded Striking Distance, which is owned by South Korean publisher Krafton, and there's the little wrinkle that Schofield left Striking Distance less than a year after that game launched, following its lackluster sales. So even if EA handed him the keys and assets to the Dead Space franchise and said, go for it, Schofield would likely have to assemble a whole new team all over again. Video games are made by hundreds of people, and it can be hard to gauge how much input a studio head or creative director actually has on a final product, but there's no denying that Schofield is an extremely talented dude, and I would highly recommend following his Instagram to see some horrifying creature designs and even more horrifying nutcracker sculptures. The guy keeps busy, I'll give him that. Moving on, Quantic Dream is a studio best known for making single-player narrative adventures like Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human, but the developer delivered one of its most shocking plot twists to date by announcing a competitive multiplayer game that will be playable later this year. The game is called Spellcasters Chronicles. It's a free-to-play, team-based 3v3 action strategy game that is targeting a closed beta on Steam by the end of the year. This is a stark contrast to the last project the studio announced, Star Wars Eclipse, which was revealed with a cinematic trailer almost 4 years ago, and since then it's been kept so tightly under wraps that there's been some doubt circulating online that it'll ever actually come out. However, Quantic Dream head David Cage assures everyone that's not the case, saying, quote, "Of course development of Star Wars Eclipse continues, and we are eager to share more with you in the future." You can find out more about Spellbreakers Chronicles by checking out the full trailer or reading the write-up over on IGN, and you can find out more about Star Wars Eclipse by, continuing to wait around, I guess. How's everyone feeling about this one? Single-player studios trying to break into the live service multiplayer space hasn't exactly been a foolproof business model over the past few years. In fact, it feels like maybe it's been straight up detrimental to the state of the games industry as a whole, but hey, maybe that's just me. And finally, on a really down note, legendary game developer Tomonobu Itagaki has passed away rather suddenly at age 58. His impact on gaming speaks for itself, and as founder of Japanese studio Team Ninja, Itagaki was responsible for Ninja Gaiden's modern reinvention in 2004 and the long-running Dead or Alive fighting game series. In addition to this, he was renowned for his bombastic public personality, carrying himself more like a rock star than a game developer. His final message was posted online reading, "The light of my life is finally fading. The fact that this message has been posted means that the time has finally come. I am no longer in this world. I'm entrusting this final post to someone important to me. My life has been a series of battles. I kept winning. I've caused a lot of trouble too. I'm proud to say that I followed my beliefs and fought to the end. I have no regrets. However, I am filled with regret that I was unable to deliver a new work to all my fans. I am sorry. That's how it is. So it goes." He might not have been able to deliver a new work, but his legacy lives on. Ninja Gaiden 4 launches next week, which is shaping up to be a long-awaited return to form for the action series that Itagaki helped create. So pour one out for Itagaki and go do some hacking and slashing in his honor. That is your fix for Thursday, October 16th, 2025. Before we go, a quick shout out to what's going on at IGN's sister site, Humble. This month, Humble Choice subscribers can score a stack of 8 awesome games, including Atomic Heart, V Rising, and System Shock. Proceeds go to WDC, which raises money for Whale and dolphin conservation in a variety of ways, from campaigns and lobbying to field research and rescue. Head to humble.com today to find out more, get some games, and do some good. That's all from me. Thanks for watching, and remember, for all of your gaming news, you're already in the right place. IGN, I'll see you around.